Now being after 5:50, I will call the finance audit meeting of the Regional Operation Management, ROM, to order. Mary, I'll read the accessibility statement. This meeting is accessible to people with disabilities. Microphones or telephones will be used by all speakers. Large print materials are available upon advance request. If you would like either of these accommodations, please contact Mary Waldron. The Notice of Non-Discrimination Rights and Protections to Beneficiaries regarding the Title VI Non-Discrimination Protections and the State Non-Discrimination Protections is available on the Old Colony Planning Council website. Thank you. Okay, Mary, could you do roll call vote?
Yes, Christine
Or,
Joy.
I'm sorry, attendance.
Yes, I knew what you said. Christine Joy. It's the too much sun.
Barely.
Stephen Santasonio.
Present.
Becky Coletta.
Present.
And Val Massard.
Present.
All right, thank you, everyone. All right, so do we have a motion to accept the meeting minutes? So we have to accept the minutes that we just accepted, right, Mary?
So
They're
these
not
are
ROM.
I believe these are ROM, but Megan, correct?
Correct. These are the
Yeah.
ROM meetings from last year. That's the last time we had a ROM finance audit meeting.
Right.
So this from June 2024.
Okay, because
Right?
that's not the
Correct.
minutes that are
Correct.
attached.
Yep.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. Oh, here's the meeting minutes. All
Yes,
right.
correct.
Okay.
I will
So-
make a motion to approve those minutes.
Thank you very
Yes.
much, Becky. All right. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Stephen. Okay, so we got a motion and a second. Mary, could you do a roll call vote to accept the meeting minutes?
Great. Christine Joy.
Accept.
Stephen Santasonio.
Accept.
Becky Coletta.
Accept.
And Val Massard. And just by way of explanation, again, we really only hold once a year these meetings prior to the annual meeting. So that's just for clarification. So that's why it went to June 2024.
Great. Thank you, Mary. All right, so Brenda, do you want to do a review of the FY26 ROM budget?
Sure. So this is a much simpler budget, obviously, than the OCPC budget. FY25 is pretty close to actual, because I have the actual expenses through May and most of the expenses that we know that are happening in June. So in FY26, everything follows through. Obviously, we lost the $15,000 from Right Technology because we no longer are renting to Right Technology. So the income drops back down to $70,200 for the time being. Management fees remain the same. Building repairs and maintenance, we've dropped that down considerably, for the moment. I don't think we anticipate any major things in planning at this point in time. So that number may change, but for now we're trying to stay conservative. Equipment repairs and maintenance is staying the same. Utilities is going to raise a little bit because that's what utilities do from year to year. Supplies, I've left those about the same. Supplies on the ROM side are very minimal, really just checks that we purchased for the AP. The building insurance is going to be about the same, and the building loan interest has dropped down a little bit because the interest fluctuates lower each month as the loan goes along. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
All right, thank you, Brenda. Do we need to vote on this, right, Mary?
Correct. Yep.
All right,
Okay,
so
can
any questions for Brenda?
Can I just,
Yep, Becky.
Can I
Yeah,
just
go
put
ahead,
on the
Becky and
record?
Stephen. I think you both got
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Um,
Becky.
I just want to note for the record that we are budgeting less than we are in our building rental. So we have a $3,000 buffer there for some small maintenance expenses that come up without. So while we're being conservative, it does seem realistic.
So
Somewhat.
remember, we never really had this rented out prior to Right Technology. So they've really only rented for like 3 years. so the budget has really, it's always been like the bonus, I guess I would say, getting right technology. We really should have that under the income. It just should be listed as right technology. We can change that for tomorrow, but we really monitor this account very closely, just so we are not overstepping. So the rental, I think maybe if I understood your question right, Becky, was that because we're not getting a rental in, that how that may affect our spending. And quite frankly, we're really de minimis in terms of what we're doing.
And I think that the building repairs and maintenance last year when we, before everything happened with the federal stuff and things became a little iffy, we did a lot of building maintenance last year because we could. We've dropped that back down to a more typical amount for FY26.
My question was, do you plan on replacing like Right Technology with another tenant?
I would love to. Renting in downtown is a difficult task and quite frankly, a full-time job to rent out the space. We've posted in the Downtown Brockton Association. I mean, intention is yes, putting effort into really, digging in and finding someone, I think is the challenge. So yes, we should and we could and we want to. It's just a matter of really fine tuning. The flyer that we've created has been not only sent out to the council members, it's been sent out to commercial realtors. And that's where we are.
Okay, I was just curious. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's a good question, Stephen. And I know it's come up by Sandra Wright at the board meeting. Because it's a nice income. We have it listed for $2,500 a month. For the square footage, it was a pretty decent price for the amenities. But quite frankly, the downtown area is not a prime spot. But
Mary-
if I could, just let me, on that note, sorry, it just kind of popped into my head. I've been working with Paul Omano and working with a number of entities, and they're looking for making the building, an innovation center and having it be maybe potential some classroom space. So some of the grants and some of the folks that we're dealing with the grants, I keep saying maybe the place you want to do is to have it be at OCPC as a location for whatever it may be, innovation center, resiliency center. So that is always constantly, ideally would be something within our arena and our work rather than bringing in a workshop, right? A working place, right? That would cause noise and maybe not be as familiar. So we had another offer from a nonprofit where they wanted to use the space temporarily, but they needed it on weekends and nights. And quite honestly, to give up a staff member who would need to be here to let them in is a little challenging. But those are the things that we are looking to continue to do because it is a decent space and a very historic location. And hopefully someday we can find someone to come in.
I suppose you couldn't find like a young attorney or something come in,
So-
it's near the court and stuff,
Right.
and
So there was a law office that had in fact reached out to me. I know them pretty well and showed them the space, but they went somewhere else.
okay.
But thank you.
Mary, years ago, there would be groups from the state that would put out, I don't know if it was like an email blast or these letters that we used to get where they were looking for surplus space
Mhm.
in the towns. Does any group do that anymore? Is anybody looking for space?
Combis, I think everything goes through Combis now for any kind of statewide. We do subscribe, we have some subscription to it. So that could be another place that we could possibly have. So it's interesting, right? Just the makeup of, for those that will come in tomorrow, as the hallway past the bathrooms. So that's the one door. But then behind that, the transportation department has, a workshop, and then there's some storage areas that we still have access to. So it's a unique situation where it has to be someone that they would allow us to go through that office to gain access to our offices. That's why Right Technology worked, because we knew them, they knew us, and it was this yep, come on in, say hello, right? So there are some challenges to the space, and if we had to block that off, we would have to invest into getting a new door. I've looked at it recently through another area. So meaning like if we were gonna do that same spot, we would have to potentially give them their own access and secure off some space. So it's a little bit, but not unachievable. So continually, maybe we can just give an update at the finance office about the strategies that we as on the OCPC side, management side, are doing to poke away at finding somebody.
Yeah, sounds like you're working
is.
on it.
It is, but just like the retirement legislation, right? Just to keep something on the forefront is always helpful to have. And I don't mind at all the questions. I think they're great questions. And somewhere, in that planned week on one of our schedules and as a team that we need to find the room to keep at it, right? So but we'll develop some strategies internally and then report back to the finance committee the next time around.
That sounds great, Mary.
Thank you.
All right, is there any other business? I don't think so
No.
tonight. Okay, all right. Thank you all for attending on this hot summer evening. We appreciate working through these important issues. So I'll make a motion to adjourn and see you all tomorrow at the annual meeting.
I'll second that.
All right.
Good night,
All in
Good night,
favor?
guys.
Aye, good night.
Bye.
See y'all
Bye
tomorrow.
now.